Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back on the porch. I was boiling, so I came out here. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Let's face it, I look best in this kind of lighting, ladies and germs. I don't, you can't see the herpes simplex 12 on my lip. My hair, you can't tell that it's completely disheveled, even though it's pulled into one of these 90s banana clips, ladies and gentlemen. Anyhow, Perpetual went up to bear camp on, what's today? Yesterday. He had to retrieve some ladders and finish up some work there. I could have sworn he said I'll be home Thursday night. He pulled in tonight. I was shocked. I was appalled. I had to run my boyfriend out the back door. Clearly that's a joke, please. At any rate, but I did have to cook dinner and stuff, because the man, there was a snowstorm up there, and it just, when I batch it, I'll eat a can of vegetables or something, or piece of toast or whatever. It's no big deal, but I felt he needed one of those hearty meals again, so guess what it was? Eggs and toast and bacon. It's my go-to thing when I'm surprised, Anyhow, and we buy the pig from a local farmer that doesn't feed it all kinds of weird things like human body parts or whatever they do, or inject it with God knows what. So, yeah, there you have it. And our beef is also raised in the same manner and murdered in the same way. Geez, now that you know that. At any rate, why am I getting with you? Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you just a couple of things. I think I've had a slight attitude adjustment as of late. And actually Benny, my dear sweet Benny, kind of gave me, not me personally one, but I don't know. She's always so cheery and uplifting and upbeat and just love and spreading the love and all this jazz, that it's sort of catching on. Although I will be cranky, don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, but I guess I've just decided today, for some reason, it hit me wildly and violently that I don't think that certain people are ever going to be held accountable for their actions. I just don't. They haven't been to date, really held accountable for their shenanigans. And it doesn't appear that they ever will be. I'm not even going to mention any names. Maybe those who've been watching for a while understand. We have a filthy, dirty, blackmailable, is that a word? Corrupt government that acts as a front organization for the real rulers of the roost, which would be your, your surveillance agencies and stuff like that. They really run the show, let's face it, come on. Admit it. Let's be honest with ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. So, remember I told you that one time that, for those of you who are new, a guy that I dated when I first came back to town, he had a brother, and he was like real drunk one night, and he suddenly was convinced that I had been born a man, and he literally turned to me and said, let's be honest with ourselves, you were born a man. So I just went along with it. I didn't really go along with it. It was cute for a while, but then it got a little, you don't want some drunk telling you that nonstop. It's, whatever. And I don't care, about that stuff anyway. I don't care. But it was just cute. So whenever I say, whatever I just said, what did I just say? Let's be honest with ourselves. It always throws me back to that time when he turned to me and said, let's just be honest with ourselves. And the thing is, back then I was kind of cute. I was, slim, and I had makeup and this long hair. It was just funny. It's very cute. So, let's be honest with ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We were all born men. No, I'm kidding. Let's be honest with ourselves. We just live in a cesspool of disgusting, underhanded, filthy, scheming criminals that rule the roost, or have the goods on those who pretend to rule the roost. So I'm just not, I started to back away from my all day long, what did I call it the other day? Marinating in corporate media and all that jazz. Or not corporate media, my God. Alternative media, corporate media. That's another thing. Somebody made an interesting phone call today to the one show that I do listen to for just a little bit, usually an hour. But I missed the first hour. Anyhow, a gentleman called in and made a very good point. And I'm going to steal it right now, and I'm not going to get it right anyway, so there's no need to panic if that gentleman happens to be listening, and why would he? He said that there's a funny thing going on in terms of the independent media. Of course, he didn't use air quotes over the phone. That the independent media claims that the corporate media is hideous and terrible, and they're right about that. But then they fall in line with they follow the talking points of the corporate media. It's like being selective on what they talk about. Like, it's hideous one day, it's good the next day. How dare they say this one day, and then the next day everybody's clutching pearls and going along with the corporate narrative. I've gotten to the point now where I don't believe anything anymore. I thought my friend Mick was crazy when he said he wasn't going to believe anything. He was not crazy. He was on target. I do not believe anything anymore. Remember, I told you I could be in a coma, maybe not sitting here at all. Maybe we all died years ago and we're in a computer simulation. Who knows? Could be true. So, at any rate, I didn't bring my War is a Racket book out here, and I contemplated, I toyed with pausing and running in to get it, but just pretend like I'm holding it up. Always remember, never forget, I'm holding it up. War is a Racket by Major General Smedley Butler, written in the 30s, I believe, mid-30s. You can listen to it, actually, if you want to go to sleep listening to the book on tape, you can do that through YouTube. It's more or less an essay. It's not very long, and I recommend it for everybody. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please join me, join others, drop your political identities. Let's focus on issues, leave labels at the door. Research before you judge, and remember, everything is fake.